Welcome to this short compact test here of the Solo Clean line. B. Hey Sebastian, you have already shown that. That's right, but a question came up afterwards on WhatsApp that prompted me to revisit this video. Oh, it's also about not just spraying pre-cleaners, but we can also spray wheel cleaners, which have a slightly higher viscosity. I should have tested it in the first video right away, but we'll make a quick supplementary video for that. You have this small spray head included with a battery inside and a motor. This means you just press down and it starts spraying. We are now going to fill in a wheel cleaner here and see how it sprays manually with a Canon spray head and how it sprays with this automatic part. And can we then replace the pumping and also use this spray bottle ideally for this topic? So not only spraying pre-cleaner, which has worked very, very well, but also wheel cleaner. Let's test it with the ADBL Vampire Light, one of my absolute favorites. Have fun. Here we go. So before we can test this here, we first need to transfer or partially transfer it. This also includes a 360-degree function. This means we can turn it upside down as the weight then shifts downwards or upwards and draws in the product. And now let's take a look at that. How does the sprayer handle a product that is a bit thicker? I'm going to test it out now. I can't test it with all the wheel cleaners here right now, but I can certainly do that. But it is a bit thicker, not the stickiest syrup I know, but it is definitely interesting to see how it works here with one of my favorite wheel cleaners. So, it works wonderfully when spraying with the Canon spray head. Now I'm curious to see how the spray head performs here when we use it. The sprayer is suitable for neutral to alkaline products, but I also found on the Solo website that it can be used for lightly soiled items. It is indeed in the neutral range here, but if you have a wheel cleaner with a pH of 5.5, you can also use that. But I would rinse it out afterwards to get rid of the smell. You want to use a different product in there again. So it's very versatile. Now, let's get into the wheel. So first here is the ADBL Vampire Light with the Canon spray head. I just emptied it, need to suck it up again. So now, we have a really nice spray. It sprays on wonderfully and works quickly. You really have a very, very nice distribution. You also have a long spray duration. Just look at how long this Canon spray head sprays here. It also has this wonderful scent for a wheel cleaner. So if you have a somewhat sensitive nose, you should definitely give it a try. It has a light fruity bubblegum scent, so there's no foul sulfur monster here. Anyway, a very, very nice thing. It works well. Now let's test it with the Solo 360. And you can see here, when the viscosity becomes too high, I believe it's now set to very fine. Then you have to spray either extremely quickly, as you can see here, and move in a circular motion, but you don't get an extremely fine mist because the product is still too high in viscosity. I think that's the correct term. Well, it works. It sprays without any issues, but you just need to spray a bit faster and distribute it directly here as well. I have to say, I don't find it that bad at all. It works, and once you adjust to it, it works very, very well. You just need to move a little bit faster here. Instead of just staying in one place, you have to find your flow a bit. Anyone who now says, "No, Sebastian, I want it to be sprayed wide," will find that the spray head is not strong enough to mist it finely, but it does spray the whole thing as well. So just test it out. If you've got this part for a pre-cleaner, it works wonderfully. However, if the product is a bit thicker, you won't be able to adjust it at the front anymore. You can see here that you can set it completely like a water spray gun. You can also set it to spray, but that's just not enough. So it doesn't produce a huge wide spray, but for those who can adjust to it, and look here, the technique is already outdone, so that would work too. Not that it doesn't work, but it's not a wide fan, just the spray pattern. Yes, we actually don't need to test anymore. I'm going to spray this off now, and then there will be a small conclusion. As you can see, the paint sealant or wheel sealant hasn't been affected at all. It still beads perfectly and the wheels are nice and clean. So, the ADBL Vampire Light works great as well. This is my feedback on the Solo Clean line. B. You can also spray somewhat thick products with it. It works. However, you don't get that extremely fine mist that you would get from a regular handheld spray head or a manually operated spray head. And that's why you have to decide for yourselves whether that is enough for you, whether that is okay for you, because, and this must be made clear, once you spray it and adjust to it and have tested it, the spray doesn't come out as wide, like a broad mist, but rather a bit more centered. However, once you get used to it and work through the spoke shape, you can also pull it along the outer ring. So it's not a huge disadvantage or that it doesn't work at all, but you have exactly the image that you have just seen. If you say, Sebastian, I'll give it a try, even here with my Volo, then just go ahead and break it. It doesn't work. You can see the consumption here. Despite the fact that we might have only had this much in the sprayer, and I have now sprayed a lot onto the surface, there is still really a lot left in the sprayer. So the amount that comes out can be a bit misleading. You might think, oh, it will be empty in 10 seconds, but it doesn't. So that works too. It just doesn't produce an extremely fine mist spray. Just give it a try. I don't find it that bad at all. With that, I wish you a nice day, use, and we'll see each other again in the next video. And next to me, they are already washing diligently. There's some real action going on here. Until then, folks, take care and have fun with the next video. You're Sebastian. Ciao, everyone.